Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe and this is UFC Collect Profit. So tonight we're gonna do an eBay hunt video, eBay search video, eBay hunt for treasure video, whatever you wanna call it. This one's gonna be a little different though. And the reason why I like doing these videos is for a few reasons. The first one is that I like sharing the methods I use to filter out what's not important on eBay, what I'm looking for, and how I go about it step by step. I think there's value in that, and hopefully collectors that are searching for items, they can tailor it to their needs and kind of steal some of my ideas that I've learned over time. And also, I like looking on eBay, coming across interesting, fun, cool items that I didn't expect to see. There's something that makes that interesting about the collectibles world, and I think other people can relate to that as well. And hopefully, if you're watching this video, you also enjoy that too. When we find something random or we get a good deal on something, or even if we see a card that we've never seen before and to kind of look into it and do a deep dive on, I find that fun. So this is gonna be different than our other eBay videos. So my other eBay videos, what I usually do is I sort by ending soonest, and I try to put in snipes of items ending that night. This one is going to be where I sort by highest price, still by auction, to see what the best top tier items are ending over the next, call it 10 days. I think eBay auctions can run for up to 10 days. Just to get an idea of what's out there. And I was doing this tonight and I wasn't gonna record this, but then I came across something totally unexpected that blew my mind. And I wanted to kind of show all of you what's possible if you just pay attention. So let's get started. So we're gonna do our search for UFC. Usually I remove the word breakers or break and leaf, but I'm not doing that for this search because it's highest price. Most of this stuff is not necessarily ending tonight. There's only like a 10% chance of that if it's on a 10-day auction, because this is just, it's Friday night. And that's not necessarily a big an issue like that I have to do a filter out. I'd rather include more in if I'm looking for the highest price items. So the reason why I'm stating that is I'm just doing UFC as my search. I'm clicking on the word auction. I'm expanding this search to include every UFC term in all categories, because I just don't want cards, I want everything. And then it's already pre-sorted by highest with price and shipping combined. We also have this to search fixed pricing, another eBay tab. We have the cardladder.com open to do research, and then we also have our snipe tool. So we look through some big cards here: the Islam 101 Midnight, the Blacklight Parallel, sick card, John Jones Red Ink, 25 out of 25 bookend. We have the 2009 UFC Rookie Gear, John Jones 25 out of 25, both from the same seller. This dude I've seen has some monster UFC cards. He actually lowered the price on some of these after the red ink ended on golden last weekend. I believe it was last weekend. And he lowered some of these to probably try to get some nibbles, which I understand. Then we have the perfectly human, non-AI model holding the Khabib of one from 2017 UFC Knockout Relic. It's an insane card. But what I wanted to show you, and again, like you see some just amazingly sick cards. The Ilya 1 of 1. I'm gonna keep on the Fedor. Brock is a sick card out of Leaf. I didn't even know this card existed, to be honest, until I was till just now. But what is that? 3 out of 5. Cool card. Anyway, I want to get down to some of the stuff with the bids. So we have the Tyson Kaboom, which is out of Panini Combat Anthology, boxing card, but still combat sport, pretty cool. And again, I know I'm skipping over some amazing cards, so like this Mackenzie Dern 101, Immaculate from her sports bra with the Venom icon there. Sick looking card. But I want to get to, here we go. So this is what popped out, and I was like, holy cow. So this is pre-order for Topps Royalty running on a one-day auction. So this seller here, Merchandise Liquidations 1, I'm not sure what this dude's deal is, but has a lot of high ratings, a lot of sales. And I was able to scoop up Stadium Club cases from this guy cheap. I bought 4 cases and I paid well under market. Let me rephrase that. I paid well under market for even what Topps was selling it for directly on their website. I got it for even significantly cheaper than that. So why I want to bring these up is that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them as cheap that Topps sold these for, but I bet I can get them for cheaper than what they're going to go for on the secondary market. I'm pretty confident in that idea. So when I want to pull up on my phone, actually, no, I'm not going to pull up on my phone. Let me pull this up here so you can see it. I want to see what these are actually going for right now on eBay. Royalty case. So you have his 3 auctions, and then you have a case he has up for $4,000 or buy it now. So call it $1,000 a box or best offer. Then you have someone else that has a box up for $830 or best offer. Has this guy sold any? He sold 2, $830 or probably a little less, even maybe like $7 or $750. The cheapest I was able to see this for, but I missed it. Somebody had it for $670 on eBay. And I reached out to the guy, but he ended up selling it. So my thought for these is if you can get these for $625 a box or less, like you are doing amazing. So you do $625 times 4, $2,500. And this guy has free shipping, and I have my sales tax exemption, so I'm good there. So I'm gonna put snipes on all these, all 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, auctions end in an hour and 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 16 minutes. And we're gonna do the snipes. 2,500, 0.01. You always want to add an extra cent. So if somebody bid 2,500, you at least get over it. So that's 1. And we're going to do the second one here. 100.01. And lastly, for the other one. Again, sealed products that end in auction, short timelines. It is the way to save money and scoop up deals. And I'm an advocate of it. I believe in it. I think everybody should be focusing on it. And it's one of my tricks, and it served me well, and I've taken advantage of it, and hopefully it works for you. So we have that. Those are bid, and I'll find out in an hour and about 15 minutes. So we're just going to keep going through a couple of these. This is not going to be a long video. I have my eye on this card here, the Khabib PSA 10 for 2023 Chronicles. Totally sick Kaboom card. I looked up this card before, but I'm curious what it goes for. What has it sold for? So one ended at $1,500 via best offer. Actually today. That actually sold through the PSA vault. Interesting. A raw did 5, a 9 did 1,100 via Probstein auctions. End of the year. This one's already up to 16. So like this card is spiking. So it's already $550 over the last sale from a couple weeks ago, and it's probably going to keep going up, but I'm curious where this is going to end. Have some other cool looking cards. McGregor here, the Bloodlines, 9.5. I love looking at these cards, very cool. See anything else that catches my eye? These I love. I want to buy these, but I need to do a little more research and like make sure I understand about this. So this is the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it's the original VHS tape of UFC. It's labeled the beginning. I'm assuming it's UFC 1. It is, because I see the 1 on here. Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock, their first epic battle. And it has like the warning on here, mature, violent material audiences. Like, unedited, or like, I don't think people understand like when UFC 1 first came onto the scene, and most people, they knew about it or they heard about it, like the mystery in the lore of these VHS tapes and like getting your hands on this, especially as a younger person and actually watching it, like you felt like it was like an illegal act because of how much heat UFC got for how brutal it was. It was barred in some states. Politicians were fighting against it. It was just not a very well-received sport at a big level. But especially for the younger crowd, teenagers, like if adults tell them they're not supposed to look at it or watch it, like they're going to be engaged to do it. But there was a whole subculture of individuals that they heard about UFC fights, but the only way they can get it because of the fractured nature of pay-per-view back then, that these tapes, which maybe you'd see 3 months, 6 months, 9 months later, if you happen to be in a town that had a video store that got these in stock, because you couldn't get them on the internet, because back in 93, I mean, there was probably some version of internet like at a very simple level or that the government used or maybe private companies, but not globally for consumer use. But just piece of history is just so amazing that it's here. It's not sealed. It says previously viewed. But like, this is where it all started. Like, I would love to, I'm sure there's this tape you could probably pull up on YouTube. But just a cool piece of history. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, there's a couple other things here. There's another case of 40-box case of Topps Chrome Blasters. Huh, that's actually not bad. It's only a little over $20 per. I'll add that to the bookmark list. This is a sick card here. I'm going to try to put a bid on this one. This PSA 8 Khabib. Some dude reached out to me on Instagram and offered it to me, but I want to see where this ends first to see if I get this maybe a little bit cheaper. And if for some reason I lose this or it goes higher, I'll reach out to that Instagram and try to close that deal. This card I'm super interested in. It ends in a couple of days. This Knockout McGregor authentic athlete worn memorabilia. It says athlete worn. That doesn't necessarily mean it's fight worn. You have to be very specific with the wording and know what you're buying, unless it says it. Let me see what it says. Authentic tier 1 fight glove, autograph relic. The relic contains cards not from any specific event. Yeah, so he could have just put it on in a dressing room and then took it off. Still a cool card though, but I don't think it is fight worn. And for the top tier stuff, that does make a difference. And as time goes by, I think it makes a difference. But yeah, I'm probably just going to do the first page here. Then we'll wrap this video up. I'm going to add this to my watch list as well. That's a sick card. Conor McGregor out of 149. Knockout autograph first on-card auto. It's not his first auto, but his first on-card auto. One of the top McGregor cards. I've done a video on this as well. The 710, let's see for a 7. Probably solid for 7, like a little white here, but other than that, let's see what else. I mean, for a 7, it has high eye appeal, but recent grading has been brutal. PSA is not messing around with grading, I'll tell you that. Very strict. Let's see what else. Man, I think that's pretty much it. A lot of interesting cards. Yeah, I just wanted to capture and show all of you that Topps royalty. I thought that was pretty wild that they just popped up out of nowhere, like 4 cases, 12 boxes. And hopefully I get those relatively cheap and I can add them to the stash. So yeah, here they are. Refresh the page, see where the bids are. So still have a shot, about an hour from now. But yeah, it's gonna wrap up tonight's video, a quick one. Please like and comment down below. If you enjoyed today's video, it really helps out the algorithm. I do appreciate it. Please subscribe to this channel for daily UFC content. And with all that said, hopefully you enjoy your weekend. Be safe, stay well, I know, at least in where I'm from in South Florida, it seems like everyone I talk to is getting sick and there's something going around. So make sure you take care of your health and treasure it. Because, I read a saying the other day that, everyone has 100 different problems in their life. Some of them big, some of them small. But when you have a health problem, that's the only problem that you have all of a sudden. So just remember that. Don't sweat the small stuff. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.